Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just put your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. And we have an excellent community. Thank you. You are that great community, and you're so kind to each other and so kind to me. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you. Today is the 3rd anniversary of me being live every day. I missed 5 days in April of 2020. Other than that, I have been here every single day for 3 solid years. So, hi. Sorry if I'm still trying to catch my breath. I'm trying to cool down as well. I should get some ice. Even though it is 19 degrees Fahrenheit here in Chicago, I've been shoveling snow this morning, and so, whew. All right, but here we are, and I have got such good questions from you guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, 3 years. And tomorrow we start year number 4 of me being here every day. So we can go over the news together because it can be pretty harrowing sometimes. So if I just sit here, if you see me just kind of holding the cold cup or something, that's why. So thank you, everybody. All right, let me put this down here and let me get out my cards, and we will get started on these readings because holy buckets. Amora says, happy 3rd anniversary, Autumn. You've brought tons of hope and truth in that time. Thank you. I really hope that I've brought some comfort. That is my number one priority. I know sometimes I get a little feisty. I get annoyed because I get tired of how badly these people treat others and treat our country. But my main thing is to give comfort, and sometimes I've received comfort from you guys, which has helped immensely. So, but thank you, everybody. Comfort and sanity, says Mel. Thank you. Beastmas says, I love the Saturnian gray theme today. Why, thank you. Thank you, Saturn. Thank you, everybody. Kristen Davis, there you are. Just realized I won a $50 gift card. Thanks so much. Yes, did you email me at office@bookartmedia.com? Do look for that email. I sent you an email from office@bookartmedia.com. So, yes, you won a $50 gift card. And I've got to check back. I have done one of the free 30-minute readings I gave away, and I just need to get back with the person who won the one Christmas Eve. I sent out the email for that too. So thank you, lucky girl. Thank you. And thank you, everybody. Oh, be kind. I'm so sorry you have COVID. I managed to avoid COVID all this time. Just to find out this morning I tested positive. Oh, it could definitely be worse. I've had my vaccination, so hopefully it'll pass quickly. I hope so. I hope you. So sending you good energy. Okay. Dun, dun, da, da. All right, we're going to start with something a little harrowing. Coming up next year. Oh, Joyce. Thank you. I thought we would lose our democracy until I heard Autumn tell us every day that we wouldn't. Right in the feels. Oh my gosh, thank you. Wow, thank you. That is Okay, you know me, I'm a water sign. I sun and moon, so I'm gonna try to hold it together. But this is it right here. I'm the Queen of Cups. I'm a water sign, and the Tower. I've wanted to give you comfort, and with all the crazy going out there, I wanted you to see the fun. See art every day. See a little bit of humor, color, someone reminding you you're not alone. This has been my goal. And to have succeeded in any way, I'm very happy. Thank you. All right, so 2023 is coming. Oh, thank you, lucky girl. Yes, my 12 days of impeachment. Yes. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Nancy. All right. At 6 minutes, 6 and a bit, say 6:30. 6 minutes, 30 seconds in. All right. So 2023 is coming, and this coming week, and especially, this coming week, we'll be looking at some stuff for 2023. I want to talk about some astrology. It's going to be the main theme next Saturday, this coming Saturday, for the monthly Patreon Tarot Social, which happens on New Year's Eve. And if that's from 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time for anyone who's a patron. And by the way, I understand some people can't afford it. I totally get that. And I'm here every day for free. But if you can't afford it, it is a good time. We get together once a month, and it's not very expensive. I don't have huge expensive tiers and that kind of stuff. So, but we're this month's theme. We're going to be talking about 2023. So from 8 to 10 p.m. this Saturday, it's coming Saturday. There'll be the monthly Patreon Tarot Social, and then after that, I will be stopping by. I think Tarot's Apprentice. I think Johnny at Tarot's Apprentice is doing it this year. Get together with Jen Lynn. Thank you again, Jen Lynn, for coming by yesterday. That was great. But there's going to be a fundraiser, New Year's Eve fundraiser. They do that every year. So I don't know if he's raising funds for Feeding America, but he always chooses a good. That whole group, they always choose good charities, where the vast bulk of the money, goes to the actual work of the charity. Betty says, yearly memberships. Yes, you can buy. You can just take the regular membership, and you can buy it for a year. So that's an option. Links in the description, but whatever works. Okay. Thank you, lucky girl. Yes, it will be on Johnny's channel. So Tarot's Apprentice. It'll be a fundraiser live stream too. Okay. Good. Now, there is one thing that I read this morning is coming in 2023 that you should be aware of. It's not, the end is not nigh, but you should be aware of some weather issues we are likely to have next year. Just so you can plan ahead. And that's the thing. I always talk about progress problems, and especially on the Creative Sprints channel in the afternoon when I go on there. And again, you're always welcome on the YouTube Creative Sprints channel. Just bring your projects, any project. But I always talk about progress problems. And I explain this philosophy I have, or as part of my philosophy, which sounds dire at the first part, but then you hear the second half. And what it is that wherever you go, you are going to have problems. Whatever you do, problems are going to crop up. And that sounds really horrible and dire, but it's just kind of, I just expect it. It's like, okay, so I'll just be doing my thing, and there's some difficulties and there's some things that will crop up that will be in the way. And the best kind of problems are progress problems. And those are problems you wouldn't be having unless you were making progress. Like you're trying to write a novel, you're trying to work on your novel, you're trying to do something important, and you discover your printer isn't working. So you lose 2 hours reconnecting your printer to your network and getting your computer to print. He's like, wait, the day's wasted and what have you. It's like, no, that's a progress problem. That's good. You got it fixed. You had a problem, you dealt with it, you can move on. And even if the real trick in life is getting problems that you want to have. And that is like, if you don't know how you're going to pay rent, that's a problem. If you've just won $1 million in the lottery, trust me, that's a problem. But that's a problem you want. Of the two, that's the problem you want. But trust me, if you come into a big windfall, there are all kinds of things that are going to crop up. It's not all going to be sunshine and roses. And that's okay. That's okay. So we help each other, and we move toward, we just go through life, and we just expect, part of being in the earth plane, complications and problems crop up. It's better if you know things ahead of time. And we do the best we can, and you're not alone. So I know I just talked a lot, and it seems like I didn't even bring up the question, but I want you to kind of keep that mindset, because it looks like for the past few years, we've been in an El Niño. The ocean at the equator has been cooler than normal. It's also made the hurricanes not quite as bad. This coming year, it's looking like we are going to have an El Niño year. And that means the waters are too warm. So we can end up with some really hot weather. We could end up with hotter weather. Apparently, the hottest temperature on record is actually in America's Death Valley ever. And the highest recorded temperature on the earth is 129.9 degrees Fahrenheit in Death Valley. Yikes. And there's a lot of drought in the West. Things like the Hoover Dam and other dams that are making energy are struggling. And with an El Niño warming of the oceans at the equator, we're likely to have a pretty hardcore hurricane season next late summer, fall. Okay. Betty says many hurricanes with warm water. Yes. Evelyn says bad hurricanes for us in Florida. Kelly says it's not the problem, it's how you deal with it. That too. Kathy Rollins says the Pacific Ocean is just roaring this morning. Huge waves coming in here over the Oregon coast. That sounds beautiful. Anyway. Nancy Ellen says the Rio Grande is barely running. Oh, jeez. Yeah. So be aware. If you've planned for things, if you're like, okay, so I'm going to things are going to be warmer this coming summer. There could be some storms. What are some just little small practical steps I could take over time to better prepare myself, prepare the people I care about? So, but El Niño, what's it going to be like this coming year? Dave says, thank you for the pep talk. Good. King of Pentacles. The economy is improving. I mean, I know it's not everything we wish it could be, and I know there are still problems, but, compared to where we were 2 years ago, oh, this is glorious. So, Betty says buy cooling items now, like AC and fans. There you go. Renia says, I worry about thunderstorms that spawn tornadoes. I understand. But, you know, that's the only good thing about tornadoes is they don't hit everywhere. So, Thomas is saying, pack a poncho for your picnic. Exactly. Nancy Allen is saying there are big waves in winter in California. Oh, big waves in winter in California are normal. It's when they have the Maverick surfer matches. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, the world. It's not just us, not just here. Two of Wands, Emperor, Ace of Cups, Lovers. Okay, not the best, not the worst. I'm getting major arcana affecting the whole world. The Emperor, in some respects, at times, is the opposite of Mother Nature. It's the patriarchy. It's the human interventions. And the next politician who says that climate change is a hoax or whatever needs a metaphorical thump on the head, just metaphorically. We're very anti-violence around here, except in self-defense. In self-defense, all bets are off. Anyway, we're going to help each other, but yeah, this stupid climate denying garbage right here. This is, yeah, there's storms coming. There's a lot coming. Big storm clouds and rain and, you know, what have you. Just also keep in mind, though, that you know, I mean, this is quite often it feels like the hand is raising the cup out of the muck, but it can also, this card can also be a font coming, because it's there's kind of a magical cup. It can kind of be a font coming out of the cup as well, going down into the muck and diluting the muck with clearer water. So it's not all bad, but water's going to be an issue, and we'll work together. But yeah, I mean, I know I'm one of the few people who draws clothes on my cards, the vagaries of YouTube, but you know, not all covered up, not big sweaters, and you know, it's going to be hot. It's a pretty barren mountain back here, shorts and a, you know, little black summer dress, and there's some clouds, some wildfires. You know, it's but we're going to get through it. All right. So I just want to bring this up, and so you can be aware of it, that, you know, seriously, there's no reason to panic. But are there little things you can do between now and the summer, say, where you could get ready for a very warm winter, or any kind of disruptions or that kind of thing? Make sure you've got some water stored in your house, that kind of stuff. So, all right. So hang in there. We are in this together. We're in this together. Okay. So, yep, Kathy Rollins, pack a go bag, make a plan. Yep. All right, so let's do some politics. And there's something new coming out this morning. Not exactly a shock, but something new coming out. That came out this morning at 20 minutes in. New allegations are coming out. Jeanette says other people are doing it now. They're getting YouTube strikes on this deck. the way I do it. Anyway, new allegations have come forth that Trump may have taken bribe money sent to requested PACs for at least 2 criminal pardons. Is this true? And what will happen? Oh, okay. It's going to be an overloaded Celtic. All right, we'll do that. Lady Eva says, huh, no surprise if true. Exactly. Okay. Yes, Patricia, the earth does not need to be saved. It will survive. It's us humans who need to change and adapt. Yes. But if we go unchecked, you know, Venus didn't start out the way it is. Elizabeth says, bribes? Really? How shocking. Not. I know, right? All right. Move this, and still have some Christmas stuff that I will be keeping up through until January 5th, because that's the way I was raised. And yeah, but anyway. Marie Sutton says 45 has no low. I agree with that. All right, let's do this. If you have something to say, if you're saying something directly to me, please put it in all caps because my screen is tilted down. It's a little harder to see. All right, you moron. Trump, you walking embodiment of all 7 deadly sins. So, entertainment only YouTube. Did you take bribes for pardons? And no equivocation. No, well, no, cause no. You did, or you didn't. And will you get into trouble for it? Will you be held accountable? Lady Eva says, we keep our tree up until the 6th of January, day of the 3 wise guys. Day of the 3 astrologers. I'm liking the way Jen Lynn reads. I might have to try incorporating some of the way she was, because she explained yesterday how she does like a Celtic cross part, but then she just does an increasing row of cards to see where the story goes. I'll have to try that sometime. She's so talented. Insult to injury. Well, it's pretty much the definition of Trump right there. And everything Trump. The griftlings and everybody. In the past. All right. This question is about the possibility of him possibly have taken bribes for at least 2 of his pardons. This actually feels like the top secret document mess. There's so much crime. It all starts, the energetic tendrils just start kind of blending together. Center of the reading. He's often with him, this feels like a robbing Peter to pay Paul kind of thing. But this is also just, he's dancing around trying to avoid subpoenas and indictments and accusations and yeah, and the whole, to some extent, the whole story that's been coming out recently about Trump, so lonely Trump, just wandering around Mar-a-Lago. A lot of that's garbage because he's meandering around Mar-a-Lago because he's in so much trouble from so many different directions. Yeah. So hanging above him You underestimate the Democrats. They've got the goods. They've got the evidence. There's real calamity, to put it nicely, that they can that they can bring to over Trump, that is hanging over him. Base of the reading: the end of his corruption, and the fact that everywhere he goes is as Joyce Vance said, everywhere he goes becomes a crime scene. Everything is a crime scene. Okay, home environment. Did you take money for PACs, and did you take money for pardons, and what will happen? Judgment, home environment. Again, this feels like it's part of this. There's so much judgment from so many different directions coming. All right. Hopes and fears. He wants to get away with it. Duck and dodge, communicate, slow things down, etc., etc. And it's worked for him over the decades, so he thinks it'll work for him here. But he is starting to doubt that. He's starting to feel like, okay, this might be really different. You think? What other people see? He can. It isn't truth. Twiffer. Truther. All he wants to, but it's just this small communication. I mean, I read out his horrible Christmas tweet yesterday, and it's just like, he's awful. Moving on. People aren't paying as much attention. Challenge: get a move on DOJ and other law enforcement agencies. Move it. Move it, move it, move. Move. All right, near future 1 and 2. Final outcome 1, 2, and 3. Near future 1, he's a big bully. Near future 2. Okay, burden. All right, I keep getting the top secret document energy. I'm asking about the potential that he paid for pardons, but I don't know if it's just going to be difficult to prove that, or if the top secret document theft that he's been accused of is more imminent or a stronger fit. But that's the energy I'm getting, the burden of his arrogance of what he did. And the final outcome for the possibility that he got, basically, he was bribed for pardons. M. Kelpie, just because you said the world card. Okay, I think I missed the beginning of that. 10 of Swords. Oh, he's got legal problems in his future. Magician. Oh, Trumpy. I'd feel sorry for you, except I don't. As soon as you hurt those kids, we were done. I didn't like you before, but that was it. That was it. He's got so much legal problems coming at him, and then this is his lawyers, his trying to do something, but that is my card of going to prison. That is my card of being indicted, convicted, and sentenced. Now, will he see the inside of a prison cell? Well, we all know that's been a little bit, which way does, no. Left to right, so yeah. I'm trying to figure out what order to put these in so that it's clear to you from your vantage point. He's got big trouble. It's coming. But I don't know that this is going to be the slam dunk that gets to him. But let me tell you, the other thing I noticed, there's quite a bit of major arcana here. That's quite a bit of trying to stand up, trying to get away with things, trying to use the justice system in his own way. But chariot, death, judgment, and the devil, that doesn't look good for you, Trump, and which makes me perfectly happy. So spread out the major arcana. Nancy Ellen says I'll dispute everything. Yeah, and they have a right to. You know, we don't want a system where things happen without clear, abilities of legal rights. But at the same time, how many years has this been going on? All this stuff. So, you know how I feel about that. It's infuriating. Okay, so, Okay. Trillium Terra says, M. Kelpie said, I can't wait to see if Scotland and Ireland will have some charges for 45. Just because you said the world card. Ho. Well, let's see. If you do not, Scotland and Ireland, I hope you do not, it does not upset you. I'm going to lump you together. Sorry. 3130 will Scotland or Ireland charge 45 with serious crimes. Evelyn Hartman says $100,000 was the asking price to give pardons. Really? Muh. Okay. Scotland and Ireland, forgive me for lumping you together. Power of the Celts. Is that strong Celtic energy going to hold Donald Trump to legal account? Well, that's the ships coming in. That's overseas commerce, trade. Okay, so it's card for the reading. We're in the right area energetically. Weezy Squeezebox says he also has golf resorts in both countries. Yeah, I think that's the key to what we're looking at here, but who knows? Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, Tower, King of Wands, Two of Wands. I'm definitely getting a get out of our countries. Government looking at the money and the paperwork that allowed the different resorts and to be built, and I mean just all kind of stuff. And this is a get out. That's Trump the man. They are not impressed with that he's an ex-president. And then this is his communications. I'm getting such pathetic energy off Trump these days. He's feeling sorry for himself. Really? I feel sorry for the kids' lives you destroyed. Yeah, you're just a jerk, Trump. B. Smith says Scotland has some skin in this game. Ireland has no litigation that I am aware of. Fair enough. Rob Broussard, you have a point. We need the UK and the EU to raid those golf courses. They might find some more classified documents. Oh, you have a laughing emoji. There may be something to that. Okay. Oh, we have a question about Melania coming up. Oh, just you wait. All right, at 35 minutes in, Politico is reporting that some of the January 6 transcripts include testimony that Mitch McConnell knew of and was supposedly deeply troubled by a potential attack to stop Biden's inauguration. And he still didn't vote to impeach Trump properly. McConnell, well, he didn't remove him from office. McConnell had the opportunity to vote to convict Donald Trump, and in essence, maybe to do some of the work that we're seeing coming out of the committee report. Basically, he wanted other people to do the dirty work. He wanted the DOJ to do the dirty work. He wanted the Democrats to do the dirty work. That way, the MAGA world wouldn't turn on the Republican Party as a whole. Yeah. Why didn't Mitch act? Is the question here. Oh, my sweet summer child. Why didn't Mitch act? Because Mitch cares about power above everything. Country, ethics, everything. 2, 3, 4, 5. McConnell, see, and I felt like I should count out loud. McConnell was just trying to get the judges in, and he's trying to keep the judges in. And he just wants power. He just wants power. And he wanted the legal problems to go away. You deal with it. Nine of Pentacles. Mel is saying Mitch acts when it's in his benefit to do so, no one else. Well, this is the sitting pretty card for Republicans. That's exactly. 5 of Wands. 10 of Cups. 7 of Swords. 5 of Wands. See, this is him sitting. He's like sitting up here on a hill. And he's looking at everything that the rioters did, trying to take the election. And he knows it's his minor arcana. So it's like, oh, it was a problem, but they didn't succeed. And the Democrats have power, and that's a bigger threat than some idiot in a horned helmet. And he feels that he's above it all. He is a vile human being. He just is. I wish I could say something different. I wish I could say, he has his moments, but he has his vile moments, but at heart, he's really a good guy. I don't get that. I really don't. I want to, but in astrology, you're descendant. You have your ascendant where the sun, where things were rising, and you've got the descendant on the horizon where things were going down under the horizon. In your chart where things are on the descendant, that's how you feel about the world. And I've got my stellium, which includes Venus, on my descendant, which means what and how I love, and I love the world. I do. It's just individuals where I'm just like, are you kidding me? Nuclear Magenta says, your hatred of Mitch is one thing Trump agrees with you about. Yay. It's not hatred, though. I have to say that, though. I despise him. But hatred, I don't hate anybody. I wouldn't like, there's nobody that, unless they were obviously a serial killer or something, who I would not pull into the lifeboat. And, maybe that's naive of me, but I'm not always going to be on this earth. And my spirit, my soul, my is going to survive this world, and I want it to be as intact as possible. Now, would I pull one of Hitler's SS into the lifeboat? No. But that's partially self-defense, and that's partially no. So, yes, that's a good point. Yes, Lynott, Mitch only cares about himself. Who was it here? Fran says, didn't Mitch say he was retiring if the GOP didn't win the midterms? Yeah, he said that. But he'd have to willingly give up power, what little power he has. Trillium Tarot is Stephanie saying, you want Mitchie to be good. I want an alpaca. We're equally likely to obtain our desires. I'd rather have an alpaca than Mitch. Guaranteed. Anyway. C. Torino says, nothing surprises me about Mitch. M. Kelpie saying, he said that after 2020 too. He's, on the psychology of some of these jerks, you have to think about what were they like as kids? What were they like as teenagers? And it's not like Mitch McConnell was ever Mr. Aryan jock-looking guy. And he was probably picked on. And he should not have been. Nobody should be picked on. But what's the likelihood he was picked on? What's the likelihood that he decided whenever he got some kind of power, that kept him safe? And then once he had success out in the world, the more power he got, he was suddenly more important than the bullies. He was suddenly lording over them, even if just in his mind. And that's what drives him. If Mitch McConnell had been born with a stronger chin, a more classically attractive face and body, and a more decent personality, I think he wouldn't be as awful, but he's made a lot of choices that make him awful, and that's all on him. Thank you, Sandy. Electric Storm had to step away. What question are we on? We are moving on to Kristen, 43 minutes in. Kristen from Uncover the News had a great question. Will Trump's karma bill come due in 2023? Greta says, plus he had polio as a child. Ah, yes. And Patricia says, and not polio. Yep, that idea of weakness would not have, what year was he born? Is he Pluto in Libra? No, it's not Libra. Duh. Is he Pluto in Leo or Pluto in Virgo? Was he born in the 40s, early 40s? I don't know. Broussard says, I know people who had polio as a child too. They don't act like Mitch. Far from it. No. These people have the coping mechanisms of a rabid badger. They have the emotional intelligence of a brick. They've chosen to live this way. B. Smith says he's Pluto in Leo. Oh, he's in 1942, says Lady Eva and Suvi, February 20th, 1942. So Pluto in Leo, which means he was a teenager in the late 50s. Not exactly a time of, that's when Pluto was in Virgo. And Pluto and Virgo in the 50s, that whole conformity thing, just let's just say that when Pluto's in Virgo, it's every sign has good and bad sides, and it didn't exactly give us a tolerant society that celebrated the individual. It's Virgo is more of a sign of craftsmanship, detail, and conformity. If you have a government document and it needs to be protected, give it to a Virgo. Oh yeah. So, and a lot of this stuff, a lot of these issues we deal with in life, they come from our childhoods, especially if we don't deal with our issues as we get older. B. Smith says, but it did give us the EPA. I'm not saying it's all bad. No. Come on. And I'm not saying to you specifically, but just in general. Sometimes I talk about these things and I feel like I get a lot of pushback in the chat and the comments about Virgos are good. I'm a Virgo. Things are... It's like, I'm not insulting Virgos. I know that Japan isn't a Virgo nation, but my gosh, do they have the energy of one. That whole amazing craftsmanship, staggering beauty in daily life. That's all kinds of Virgo energy. Anyway. Mary Huddleston says McConnell became a bully and a power abuser. Why, yes, he did. Yes. Mel Broussard says, my sister's a Virgo. Good description. Elizabeth M., isn't 1942 Pluto in Cancer or Leo? My understanding is that Pluto went into Leo in 1939, around about 1939, because it went into Leo right, and then, Pluto went into Cancer, and then World War I. Pluto went into Leo, World War II. They're usually big things somehow related to the sign that happen as soon as Pluto changes signs. And sometimes it's not always a war, but some big change, some big something related to that sign happens. Susan Ailes is asking, what sign is Japan? There are a few different, it's very old. And so there are a few different charts. But we could go over that sometime. I've got this amazing book I'm just trying to find the time to read more of, which is about a this book is amazing. I just got it a month or so ago. And it's huge. So Pakistan. Hang on. Now I'm curious. Hang on. Betty Cantrell says Great Depression, 1929 to 1939. Well, it hit home. Ecuador, Estonia. I'm sorry. I should just be going on with the questions, but now I'm curious. Japan. Constitution, sovereignty, 172. Okay, so Japan's history dates from the foundation of the state, from the ascension of the first emperor in 660 BC in Kyoto. This should be the basis of Japan's first horoscope. It seems likely, though, that real political unity was not achieved until the first centuries of the Christian era. The history of modern Japan is often dated from U.S. Commodore Perry's arrival in Tokyo, the restoration of imperial power, or the promulgation of the first modern constitution in 1889. So, yeah. This chart says they're This is the 1889 one, says that they're Aquarian. Japanese sovereignty says they're Taurus. This chart from 52 says they're Taurus. So it varies. But anyway, this has some great stuff in it. Anyway, so I've been trying to read this because, a little light reading, but it's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating stuff. Highly recommend it. I'll have to put the link in the description if anybody needs a little light reading. I don't have a price on it, though. I have to... it costs what it costs. It's a book. I'll put the link in the description. Okay. Hello, Anna. M. Kelby says, speaking of Japan, they're getting hit with a lot of snow. It's having a lot of problems. Yes, Cosmic Goat Lady, light bedtime reading. It's really interesting. All right, let's go on to Jeanette's question. 5130. Oh, Jeanette. I had not picked up on this, although it makes perfect sense. Melania signed joint tax returns with Trump. Will she be charged with tax fraud? The thing with Japan is also, as I'm shuffling, trying to get Melania's energy. Kind of like Gargoyle. They were beautiful women before they started messing with their faces. And I'm not saying I'm not against plastic surgery. You do you, boo-boo. I'm just, you got to do it for the right reasons. You got to do it at a place of strength, not a place of you're so mean that you're mean to yourself too. Anyway, the thing about I think with some of those charts, it's also, especially with the older countries, the oldest countries, you have to consider that sometimes it's the city, the main city's chart that is vital. And like the Kyoto chart in Japan, the founding of Kyoto is going to be huge. So it gets complicated. All right, I will. Cindy says, well, Melania can wear her I don't care jacket again for the IRS. Oh, look at that. First Lady, Justice. Knock, knock. Yeah. Lady Eva says, I think plastic surgery is good when someone's been hurt in accidents or they have medical conditions. Absolutely. Or if there are other, there can be other things. Like I said, I'm not against plastic surgery. Like the fact that Cher's had a lot of plastic surgery, and she's like, if I want to put my, and if I want to reverse my anatomy, like put this on my back, that's my choice. That's going at it in a healthier way, I think, of my body. I do what I want with it. I have my feelings, my expression, how I want to, what I want to do. There are people who do body modifications out of a place of individuality. But when you're just mean and hateful, and you start messing with your face that much, I think we start to talk about some psychological stuff. Yes, Elizabeth M., that would be expensive. I imagine it wouldn't work either. But all right, Melania, you signed joint tax returns with your legal husband. That could be a problem, she said, holding the death card. Kathy Rollins says Melania is the epitome of shallowness. Why, yes, she is. That's why she married Donald Trump. And she even said, I mean, there was an interview with her even before he was the nominee and what have you. And she said, they had that basically they had a perfect understanding that she would be eye candy and he would have a lot of money. And that was their agreement. But Melania, sleepless nights, death card. She's isn't she a Taurian? She's got a lot of earth sign in her chart. And when earth signs go bad, man oh day are they materialistic. It's all an illusion. And what's left of her heart that is 3 sizes too small at this point is just crushed. She is so angry with him. All of the cheating. And she knows he doesn't use protection either. How disgusting is that? Ew. And she's got a lot of legal worries. You made a deal with the devil. Although he lied to her. I get that very clearly. He pretended. I'm so sorry, Leslie. He pretended that he was something he's not. But he's still. Anna says, you mean she has a heart? She loves her son as much as she can love anything. I believe that. She would do anything for Baron. I get that clearly. But beyond that, Suvi says when Pluto enters Aquarius, it will eventually square Melania's sun. Yikes. Melania, the wife. All right, Devil, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 6 of... Oh, honey. Wheel of Fortune. If there's any money to be had, whatever your contract is, and their prenup agreement and postnup agreement, whatever you could, like if you can leave now and get some money, even if it's a fraction of what you would get if you died or you stayed X amount of years, get it while it's available, because the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn. It is not going to be in your favor. Your greed will be your downfall. Get out now. But I don't think she will. Yep. All right. Alice saying Melania's birthday is April 26, 1970. So April 26, that's Taurian. Yeah. Patricia is saying she's still human. Is more to be pitied than anything else. Everything of any worth in her to her soul is gone. She has her son. She has her son. And I do not understand how Trump has ended up with such tall children. Not really, not like that. But then again, a few of my nephews are so tall. I think part of it's the generation. I don't know what it is, but my goodness. I mean, I'm sure some of you have nieces, nephews grandkids, what have you. It's like there are a lot of really tall people, young people in the world. Yes, Deborah. Trump used to pretend to be someone called John Barron, I think, when calling news outlets. Yeah. Nuclear Regent is asking, could the court decide that marriage to Donald is punishment enough? Alas, it isn't. But that's pretty heinous. Kelly says my nephew's 6 foot 6 inches. Anna says my cousin is 6'4". Yep. Yep. Yeah, I don't know why. And it's not everybody, but my goodness. All right. So 110, 15. Trump's full taxes are due to be released tomorrow. So, will there be any new shockers? Any more interesting little tidbits? 10. Oops, I've got that wrong. It's 102. It's not 110. 2. Trump's full taxes are set due to be released tomorrow. Rhonda says my 19-year-old grandson is 6'10". Oh, Teresa Ford says, shall we have popcorn? We may. We may. Yeah, I'm 5'4", and by now I've probably shrunk to, the high end of 5'3". I don't know. Trump's taxes are set to be released tomorrow. Oh, Lady Eva is saying, very proud of my nephews. Good. There's a lot of love in this world. There really is. 3 of Wands. Oh, the ships are about to come in. The ships are about to come in. 10 of Wands, the burden, Queen of Swords, the Moon. Oh, baby, this is going to be good. Carol says no surprises about his taxes. Well, yes and no. I've got a burden, and he tried to get the courts to stop it, but it's not going to work. They're going to come out, and he's going to be revealed as one of the single worst business people in the history of America. And entertainment only YouTube, this feels like tax fraud out the wazoo. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Darren says, I find it interesting how many people have big feet. I wear a size 10 to 12. My sister wears a size 12. She was so lucky she can measure her carpet using her feet. Oh, Dave, you are a joy. Oh, no, that was Darren. Darren, you are a joy. Sorry, Dave. You're a joy, too. But Darren, that was Darren. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Leonis is the bank that the bank that loaned him $2 billion is shaking in their boots. There we go. Mm-hmm. Kathy Rollins says maybe Letitia James will be the first one out of the gates with actual charges against 45. Well, Fonnie Willis said that she could possibly indict in December, but TikTok. But it's the DOJ with the top secret documents. They're the ones who should be all over this. But everything's gone to Jack Smith, and he's not. There's no, as my mother would say, there's no moss growing beneath his feet. But yeah, I don't know. Fran says, oh my gosh, that's why he's been going crazy on Truth Social. Yep. Mary Huddleston says, I also wonder how many of these MAGA people will feel, or what these MAGA people will feel about paying more in taxes than he did. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so at 1:07, let's see. This is about Mark Meadows. Eileen had a question about Mark Meadows. So at 1:07, 1:07:15. It may not be his January 6 actions or inactions that truly get Mark Meadows in legal trouble. Currently, the voter fraud case in North Carolina against him for voting there and in 2 other states may be his biggest problem, as it's now been turned over to state prosecutors. Will he ultimately get jail time? Will he flip on 45 to save himself? How did I miss that? What? Mark Meadows voted in 3 different states for the same election? What? Hold the phone. Mark Meadows voted in multiple states? Is simultaneously registered to vote in 3 states. Were Mark Meadows' voter registrations legal? These articles are from April, July, September, April. 2 weeks ago, voter fraud investigation takes a serious turn for Mark Meadows. And 2 weeks ago, prosecutors assessing whether to charge former U.S. Representative Mark Meadows following probe in North Carolina voting activity. Oh, dear. Let's have a look. Oh, Marky. Okay, I had this feeling like my gut just clenched up. Oh, I think he's in. Anne says he's registered, but I don't think he voted 3 times. There we go. Whew, I'm getting some real serious stress off of him. Like, a drink in one hand and Pepto-Bismol in the other. 4 of Pentacles. I never should have become chief of staff. I never Blame someone else, blame someone else, blame someone else. Etha is saying South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. Who gave him permission in South Carolina? Deborah says, notice they're thinking about charging him. Thinking. Yeah. Queen of Swords, Lovers. Well, that's an investigation. Refusal. He's got better lawyers than Trump. Then again, he doesn't get them out of a bubblegum machine. He didn't actually vote in the different states, but I think he's got bigger problems elsewhere. It doesn't feel good, though. Kim says he voted in North Carolina and Virginia. Did he? Others are saying he only voted in one state. Allison Jacobs, I agree. Lesser mortals would get jail time for that. Mm-hmm. Pepto-Bismol. Bismuth liquid. Out in the cold. He thought he was going to be so important when he was like rolling up to the White House to on his first day of work. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. It doesn't feel good, but he's got bigger problems elsewhere, is what it feels like. So Kim says he probably won't get jail time because he's not black. Oh, Lucky Girl has a link to a video with more information about Mark Meadows' troubles. Yeah, this is minor arcana, but he's got troubles out in the cold. Feels very, very cold. So Eileen says they may decide to charge him with this one since it's such a lesser crime if he chooses to flip on Trump. Okay. Carol says Russians should always stay on the first floor. Another oligarch dead. Bonnie says I asked the other day about Mark Meadows. I'm sorry if I didn't get to it. Okay. Well, now it is 1:35, so I think I'm actually going to call it for today. Been on almost an hour and a quarter, and I like to be on for at least an hour. All right, so it is 1:35 p.m. here in Chicago. In just under 2 hours, I will be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome. Just bring your creative projects. Can be anything: knitting, sewing, writing, making newsletters, or working on your blog, whatever. We just want to encourage you. I don't make any money from it. It's just to encourage you and just to have time set aside to do projects, to kind of go after your creative goals and dreams. So I'll be there in just under 2 hours. Thank you, Lucky Girl. Congratulations again on 3 years doing daily live streams on YouTube, and here's to many more. Thank you. Yes. For those who came in late, today is the 3rd anniversary of me doing daily live streams. And as I said, other than an emergency I had in April of 2020, I have been here every single day for 3 years. So tomorrow starts year 4. All right, hang in there. I'll be back tomorrow. You're not alone. We are in this together. And there are good days ahead. There is popcorn in our future. Oh, yes, there is. All right, so hang in there. And I'll see you here tomorrow. Bye.